Welcome. Thank you guys so much for attending. This is our first meeting of our networking group where we're trying to connect creative veterans plus veteran organizations and also arts organizations around the state. And so ArtSpark Texas, I'm April Sullivan, the Artworks Director. And like Denise said in the chat, this is something kind of long time coming. We started working with veterans in 2009, and we host creative opportunities for Texas military veterans, also active duty and families sometimes, depending on the event we're doing. And we also are working to forge partnerships with veteran organizations to provide creative arts programs for veterans and military families. And when we started in 2009, we found very little out there. We did a survey with the TCA, the Commission on the Arts, to try to find out what was out there and what was happening specifically for veterans, and we didn't find much. So so we wanted to try to get something going with all the people that we knew. And it's been many years, but we've felt we've put together a nice group of people that we've been in touch with, but we wanted to make sure everybody was in touch with everybody so that we could all work together more easily. And then this picture here, this photograph, is by Wes Odell.
Nice.
Let's see, how do I, there's my next one. So besides working with veterans, we also work with artists with disabilities and seniors. So these are just some of our general opportunities that ArtSpark Texas offers, and we're based in Austin. So we have some virtual, some in person. We have our open mic once a month, which is virtual, open to anybody, musicians, poets, anybody who wants to share their work. We've even had visual artists share their work on there. Our makers meetups, which happen once a month in person at our office in East Austin, where we get together and do art activities. We provide the supplies, and this is a gathering of artists. Our community conversations, which are talking to artists. Drum circle, that's once a month. This picture here is of our drum circle. That's in person. We have our dance program where we do monthly dance classes and events with different dancers. We've also been partnering with the Central Texas VA Austin Outpatient Clinic on a dance class with veterans. And then exhibition opportunities, things like this weekend, we're having a pop-up art exhibit with artists to share their work in person. Okay, so Texas Veterans Strong, that's what we're calling this program. And so our goal is to support military connected participants and unlocking the tools for building community, increasing wellness, and successfully adapting to civilian life. And this photo is from one of our classes at the Central Texas VA. And then Texas Veterans Strong Outcomes, we have 4 outcomes toward this goal: to increase the self-efficacy and for veterans to help them feel better prepared to adapt to civilian life, for veterans to have a better understanding of what creativity is and understand how creative expression supports wellness, for more veterans to participate in community arts. And that's where the arts organizations and veteran organizations come in terms of us sharing with each other what's out there that we can direct our veterans to. And then for women veterans to find a voice and feel more resilient and empowered. And we did decide to have some specific women veteran events to serve that largely growing population here in Texas. So for some of the activities, we do have we have this network which has just started. We were going to have it every other second Thursday, but then we thought, well, when we start it's going to be confusing because you don't know if it's the other or not. So we decided to start it just every second Thursday for now until we get the groove going and figure out, who's interested, what you as a group would like to do. If that's too many meetings, not enough meetings. So we have them 10:30 to 11:30, and so I put the coming up dates on there: January 12th, February 9th, March 9th. And then our Women Veterans Strong is a networking meeting for women veterans to gather. And this will be our second one coming up tonight. Carol, are you coming to that one?
To what tonight?
To the women veterans, the one you came to last month.
Oh, I want to. In
Yeah.
person or
Virtual.
virtual? Yeah. Yes. Thank you, April.
We have a few women signed up for that, and we'll be doing. We try to get together and talk, and also do an art activity, something
Oh, yeah.
simple. Denise led us in doing oil pastels last month. This month, it was supposed to be Denise again, but she's not feeling well, so we're going to be doing a paper craft, making paper stars, and then next month Denise will lead us in an art doll, adult paper doll activity. And so that's pretty much, oh no, I'm missing a slide. There it is. This one. So this is our list of kind of what we have coming up for 2023, our events. And these are things that we've been working on and doing some annually, just to try to get a core group of events that we host every year, and we know what they are coming up. So in March, we've been doing for several years now a veteran writing workshop that's virtual. That's going to be coming up in March. And then in May, we were doing a summer women group, but now we'll have this in May because we wanted to do it in spring and try to do something in person. So we've got a nature retreat at Busher State Park. So it'll be hybrid, in person or virtual. And we did an event last year or earlier this year at Busher State Park, and it was nice to gather in the park. We did one the year before at in Weslaco at Esteriano Grande State Park, which is a nice park down in the valley. So in October, for all veterans, we'll have, and family members, we'll have earth cones, which is what we did in Weslaco and also in Busher. And so we try to move this one around the state. So if any of you are north, a state park up north would be good. So we'd love, to have somebody to partner with us on that to help bring veterans to that and help us connect maybe with teaching artists up in that area, because we do usually writing, photography, and visual art at these in-person nature retreats. And then in November, our 14th annual Distinguished Artist Veteran Exhibit, which that's how we started, was with this annual exhibition, which is still going strong. It's currently in Wichita Falls, Museum of Art, Annie Bill from there. And so last weekend to see it if you're in Wichita Falls. And then the next one we're hoping will be at Bill House in San Antonio. Bill House? Yeah. House in San Antonio. I don't know if anybody's here for the Forward Arts program. I know some people registered to come to this. They're a great program.
How you doing?
Oh, Cody's here. That's right. Women Veterans Moving Forward Through the Arts, our annual virtual conference for women veterans. And then here's my contact information, April@artsparktx.org. Okay, I'm going to get out of this sharing because I like to see everybody. All right. So any kind of questions on what our goal is and what we're doing here? What we wanted to kind of model this after some of the other veteran groups that I've been attending, like coalition groups, where we have some spotlights of different organizations, and then round robin of who's here and what you're doing, and how we can network and share resources. So I'll take a few questions right now, and then we wanted to let Debbie Childress talk about her program that she's got going at the Bee Cave Arts Foundation. Thank you, Wes. Anybody have any questions? You can come off mute or put it in chat. Okay.
Here, I have a question. I have a couple. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
For open mic night, you said that's online, right?
Yeah, virtual.
When does that happen? How often is that?
It's once a month, and it's it happens over Zoom, and it's the first weekend of the month. So it's either on a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon. We kind of swap it back and forth because some people, can't stay up late or whatever. But we do have on our website, artsparktx.org, all of our events. And there's also, you can sign up for the newsletter about the open mic to get specifically emailed about that once a month.
Okay. the location for the next art exhibit? You said where you were trying to have that one at?
At Bill House, BIHL HAUS, is in San Antonio.
Are you going to be sending out an email to collect any,
The art for that.
yeah,
Yeah, so we do a juried call for art every year. So since the exhibit's usually around November, we'll do that in the probably summer is when you'll see the call for art for that.
okay. And then the women's veteran stuff, that's at nighttime all the time?
So the meeting that we've been having monthly, yes, it's been from 7 to 8.
Okay. And the writing workshop, that you guys have,
That'll be a daytime, usually a Saturday.
what does it consist of, like learning to write freely or
So
just?
we have different instructors. The one this spring, earlier this year, we had a writer who talked about memoir writing. So we had him do a workshop on that. Sometimes it's been poets, sometimes it's been memoir or fiction. It really just depends on the instructor we find to teach that.
That's so awesome.
You're
I've been
already,
trying to figure out how to get involved, with veterans. So this is pretty cool.
Right.
how do we know who's local in that from this group?
Well, once we have Debbie talk, then we'll have everybody go around. They can say their name, where they're at, what group they're
Okay.
with. Yeah, maybe what they want to get out of this meeting. But I want to give Debbie a chance to just talk a few minutes about what she's got going on, because it's a really interesting project with a partnership in Italy, a possible chance to travel to Italy. Are you going to Italy, Debbie?
Yes, I went September and I'll be going again with the group that we send next September, the winners of this competition. So that's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, man.
We've got some slides that I
Do you
gave.
want me to share them?
Yeah, maybe so. And that'll kind of take us through it a little bit.
Okay.
So basically, I'm Debbie Childress. I'm with the Bee Cave Arts Foundation. We're an art gallery in Bee Cave, Texas, just west of Austin. And we, through just a strange fluke, I guess, last 2019, there was a visiting group here from Italy talking to Camp Maybury, talking at the Capitol. They're building a sculpture, a 30-foot sculpture in Paestum, Italy, to commemorate the 36th Texas Army Division that went to World War II. They were actually the first Americans to land in Europe to start to help Italy. And they are very, very thankful to the Americans for saving them. And they are building this 30-foot sculpture on the beach where the Texas troops landed. So they came here in 2019 to talk to Camp Maybury about it. They'll be sending a contingency over to the unveiling is next September 9th, 2023. So when they were here, they were staying with some people in Bee Cave, and they just happened to come by our gallery when we were having an opening. And we had a lot of students here, and we had young people playing music, and of course we had an art exhibition. And then we've also worked with Art Sparks for several years. We hosted one of the annual Distinguished Veterans Art Exhibition. We've done workshops here. So anyway, they started talking to us, 3 years ago, and they decided that they would like in this sculpture to include artwork by a veteran and also by a American student. And they're also going to have work by an Italian student. So this is a picture right now on your screen of Franco. He's the sculptor. If you go to his website, it's absolutely amazing. And this is a rendering on the left of the 30-foot sculpture, and it is going to be right there on the beach. And this round ribbon that kind of goes around it's going to be lit in the middle, and this ribbon is 16 inches wide.
Wow.
So he's wanting artwork that's 16 inches by 16. And he will be selecting the work that he includes. So it'll be one veteran piece, as I said, and then an Italian and American student. They're also going to do on this walkway pieces that go, that sort of lead you up to the sculpture at the waterfront. So they're also looking for artwork for those pieces. So this slide is just some historical shots from World War II, just to kind of give inspiration. He wants this to be images of hope, of peace, positive images. And he also needs for them to be monochromatic. He's either going to do it in terracotta clay. So your piece would be 16 by 16 inches, just transferred directly from the drawing onto clay, or he's going to etch it into metal. He hasn't decided that yet, but either way, he said it needed to be a monochromatic image. The winner of the piece he selects for the sculpture, the award would be a all expense paid trip to Italy to be there for the unveiling of the statue, this war memorial, on September 9th, and all expenses paid as far as food, hotel, and flight over. So we from the Arts Foundation took 11 people over last September, and then next September is the 80th anniversary. It's a Project Avalanche. That's the name of the military mission in 1943. So we went over to see the 79th anniversary and all of the military ceremonies. We walked a wreath out and put it in the ocean. Just all kinds of just beautiful, it was a beautiful ceremony. We also went to their military museum, and they had worked with several of our artists here and selected work. So they printed those and had them in the museum over there. And now they're in a battered women's center in their city. But if you were to visit, and of course, everyone's invited to go to this event next year, but these temples that you see, 600 BC Greek temples, are right there in Paestum. You can see the ocean, the Mediterranean right there. So we definitely toured this. So, we were there for a week, and we got to see so many different things that they have in that city. Just, it was a wonderful trip. Anyway, so this slide is about the competition, and we're really wanting to get you veterans to be in the competition. And this is kind of all of the theme, the size. It has to be 16 by 16. I'm not really sure why that couldn't be changed up, but that's what Franco said. I mean, we basically spent the whole week with Franco in his studio. It's in a villa, 1735. It was built, and he's totally redone. It's just the most amazing thing I ever saw in my life. So you would definitely get to visit his studio and spend time with him. And anyway, it's just a fabulous opportunity and a wonderful, just a wonderful thing that they're doing in Paestum for Texas veterans. So we've been to Camp Mayberry, talked with them. I mean, the reason they picked Texas, in Camp Mayberry, there's a big display about Paestum and Project Avalanche. And Texas had thousands of military personnel at that event, whereas it lists all the other states, and maybe, I don't know, Georgia had 30 people there, or Alabama had 50, but Texas had just thousands of veterans there. So that's why they are specifically targeting Texas and working with Camp Mayberry and like that. So I just wanted to let everybody know we really need to get the word out. The deadline is February 27th. We would really love to get work even earlier than that. We'll have an exhibition here at the Hive of all of the work submitted. We will then photograph it digitally, send it to Franco in Italy. He'll make his selections and let us know. And then on March 31st, we're going to have an award ceremony in our plaza. We've already got Tish Hinojosa. She's going to be playing. We're going to bring up the winning person who gets on the big sculpture, and then probably 4 to 5 other veterans, and then the same with the students for awards at that event and to be recognized and announce, make the announcement. And then the trip, we would leave probably around September 5th, and there would be a group of us all going back over there. And I will say, when we stayed there, we basically stayed right on the Mediterranean Ocean, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely wonderful place to be. So anyway, I'd be glad to take any questions, and I just wanted to be here to just try to let you know about this call for veteran artists and hope to encourage you to participate.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much, Debbie. Wes has a question.
Debbie, this is Wes Odell. I have a question. As you describe this event, you talk about sculptures. Is it exclusively for sculptures, or is it also for two-dimensional art like paintings and photography?
Okay, yes, I did not make that clear, Wes. Well, I know you're a photographer, and if you had a black and white photograph, the actual piece is this 30-foot sculpture, but what he's looking for are drawings or a photograph in your case, or any photographer, certainly, just monochromatic. So no, we don't want sculptures. We want a flat 2D 16 by 16 image of, just whatever comes to mind. We have this presentation. There's some videos there that are, different videos they've put together, not me, but they've sent us to maybe give you more inspiration. But I just know one image when we were at his studio, he had an image of a child writing hope in the sand right by the ocean. The kind of types of things he's thinking, I guess, or he had a mother and a child. He had, can't remember what else, but just, he wants, looking to the future, positive, peace and hope.
And these images will be transferred onto that ribbon that goes around the sculpture.
Yeah, so it's a big metal ribbon. It will be lit on the inside, and that's where these images will go. And he's either said they'll be clay or they'll be metal that he'll be etching into. He hasn't made that decision yet. But it will be there permanently forever. And what an incredible place to have your artwork.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we sent out the information on that in our last monthly newsletter, and we will send it out again,
And
So-
could you put it on your website, the call, so they could go there and then maybe, people could see what the videos are and the call and like that.
Yes,
That would
definitely.
be great. And I would certainly love to have my info on there also. We would certainly love to know if you plan to participate, because we just have absolutely no idea. Are we gonna have 2 people? Are we gonna have, 40 people? Maybe kind of give us an idea for how our exhibition setup is going to be. Also to get, even though you're not finished yet, just say, oh yeah, I plan to participate, just to kind of give us a head count idea of how many display panels we need to get, things like that. Okay, well, thank you so much. And I hope, you'll consider doing it and follow through, and it would be a fabulous trip. I tell you, it's a wonderful place. I'd never been to Europe ever, so that was my first time. And to go spend a week there, it was southern Italy is absolutely gorgeous. Thank you.
Is there a time we could visit your gallery? I've never been there.
Oh, sure. We're open Wednesday through Saturday, 1 to 5. We're inside the Hill Country Galleria. If you live in the Austin area, you might know where that is. And we're right across the street from Barnes and Noble.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we would love to have you come by.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great exhibit space.
I had a question, Debbie.
Yes.
This very generous offer that you had, that everybody who submits possibilities for the Italian project, that you would have an exhibition
Yes,
at the Beehive. Am I right in thinking that you would tie in a local exhibit here in Austin?
we'll have an exhibition here in our gallery.
Okay.
I don't know about any other galleries. We certainly, if,
No,
can
I
put
meant
that
in
up.
your gallery.
yes,
And that
no,
would
we'll
be
have
everybody.
it'll be up for a month, so we'll have an
Oh.
opening on March. The deadline is February 27th. We'll have an opening on March 2nd, which is also a big art day in Texas. And then we'll have another reception on the March 31st. We'll have a
Mhm.
reception here first in our gallery from 5 to 6:30. And then at 6:30, we'll move outdoors to the plaza and have the music and then have the award ceremony out there. So it'll be open to the public. We'll be certainly announcing it. We hope for a big crowd. And that night would be when we announce the winners. So hopefully
And the
everyone would come
deadline
out
to
to that event.
submit, the deadline to submit again, Debbie?
It's February 27th, which is a Monday. So that's why I would love to have my email out there. I will be here on Monday. We're not typically open. We're open on Saturday, but I certainly would be here to meet people. But if, you could turn it in sooner, the Wednesday through Saturday hours, 1 to 5, we always have someone here then. February 27th, you drop off your art.
Oh.
And then I photograph it and hang it, and we have an opening, 4 days later, 3 days.
Oh, I see. So you don't have to make a selection. It's just anybody who brings in their goodies.
It is
that
anybody,
right?
and you're not limited to one piece either.
Okay,
So we would encourage, I'm definitely encouraging, the more images we have to send him, the more choices
Great.
he has, and he is going to be picking more than one. It will be one only on the actual 30-foot sculpture, but he will select more pieces for the walkway installation.
so you
um,
want slides as well as actual art then?
Well, you're going to bring the actual art to me, the 16 by 16, and then I will set up a copy stand, and everyone's artwork is the same size. So I'll just go through and photograph digital, do digital photographs of every piece. And then
Good,
I send that
thanks.
to him, just email it to him. Then he'll make his selection before March 31st. And he'll tell us who the winner is. So we'll be ready for that ceremony on the 31st. So that gives him, 3 weeks to look at the work and make his selections.
Great. Thanks very much, Debbie.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I wondered about the submission because I'm not representing veterans who are local to Central Austin. I'm here in the Rio Grande Valley. And I wondered, in terms of submitting the images, if you would consider submitting the virtual image, or if you need to have the image in hand, the actual 16 by 16 piece. And is the piece to be framed, or how is, are there any?
We won't be able to do that, no.
Well, I mean, we're sending the piece 16 by 16 so that it arrives safely. It's not framed.
Right, you could put cardboard in there, and then if you had several veterans, I mean, you could organize and put all three, all of them together in one envelope to do something like that. I also then have to think about the size of our mailbox, and even if it's bigger, I guess they would just tell me to come to the post office to pick it up. So I don't know, I'm not against digital by any means, but it's just to be a winning one, I have to make sure the quality is good enough for them to be able to reproduce and really see it well.
Thank you for your thorough answer, and I appreciate, and I'm glad I'm here because Texas is a big state, and I'm sure not all the 1,000 veterans or so that served came from Austin.
Mhm.
So
Certainly.
all right. Thanks.
Sure.
Fred, thank you so much, Debbie. I want to move on before we run out of time because we have lost some people just with the introduction. So if you could say, and maybe I'll call on people so that since I see you in a certain order here, say your name, what organization you're with, or if you're not with an organization, just you're an artist, what you do, and maybe what you'd like to see come out of these meetings. So I'll start with Pam Ferguson. So I see you up in the top corner.
Hi, everybody. Gosh, it's wonderful to see so many postage stamps of so many different organizations and people. I'm Pam Ferguson. I'm one of the co-founders of the Artemis group of veteran women artists here in Austin. And we've had about 6 exhibitions to date, and we're very closely tied to April and to Art Sparks and involved in Art Sparks events as well. Thanks. Thank you, April.
Yeah. Viva Labs USA.
Hello, I am Viva Labs. I'm an artist in San Antonio. I think I saw Danny Bills on here, which is, I believe, the curator for up in Wichita. So thank you so much for all your help. I was able to get a piece up there at a gallery, and that was been quite the experience. So I'm here just as an artist. I'm in San Antonio, musician, artist, just, you know, staying alive, keeping busy. So thank you, April, for putting this together. I'm hoping to just continue to see these networking opportunities to come together. There's a lot of information coming through in the chat, probably more so than I can digest at once. I would recommend, if you're able to, maybe send out the recording of this. I don't know if the chat comes with that in the recording or not. I don't know how that works with
I think
Zoom.
I can capture both of those, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I think there's a lot of information to be captured in here and a lot of follow-up information for anybody in here interested in what others do. And so thank you all for your time and putting this together, and I'll just kick back and listen to what everybody else has to say. Thank you.
Eviana.
Yes, Eviana. Hi, I'm with well, I started Sting Queen Things organization, and I'm a holistic healing company that basically it's just me and the divine helping to reach veterans and just people in general, learning to heal from the inside out, just through art, creative expression, through music, sound bowls, other channel things that come through. I do a lot of dialectic behavioral therapy stuff that I've gotten from that program. And so I really want to be able to reach veterans on the mental health side, because being in for so long, I feel like I kind of got the short end towards the end of it. So I'm here to do that and hopefully help reach as many veterans as I can on the healing side, being able to get through traumas and things that we've experienced and stuff.
Great, thank you.
Oh, I'm in San Antonio. Well, I'm in Cibolo. So Cibolo, Texas, about 20-30 minutes from San Antonio.
Great. Okay, Cody Vance.
Is he muted?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
good morning. How's everybody doing? I love this platform. I love being able to share the stuff because we all know that there's a lot of veteran artists, there's a lot of programs out there, and it's really hard to keep up. So all this information that you're capturing is, I think it's a great benefit. I'm in San Antonio. I'm a veteran artist, kind of turning my own home into my own gallery. And I'm affiliated with Beal House and helped them start about 4 years ago now. Helped them start Forward Arts, which is an art program for veterans dealing with PTSD, TBI, depression, all that kind of stuff. Just, we're not art therapy. We just want to get them doing something creative to get them out of bed, get them out of their heads, get them off the meds, all that good stuff. I see Miss Denise Carden-Abney in there, and I saw Viva Labs, who we've talked through for Forward Arts. So I'm glad to see those faces out there shining.
Great, thanks, Cody. Kelly McRae.
Thing we can get to, and I'm excited about the show at Beal House for
Yeah.
November. I think it's going to be massive. It's also a big party and a really good turnout. So thanks for including.
Thanks, Cody.
Hi, my name is Kelly McRae, and I'm the executive director of a nonprofit called Songrise Arts. And we do sort of a trauma-informed approach to songwriting workshops and classes. Specifically with women veterans, we've done a couple of programs called My Story, My Song, where the first part of the time together is just engaging how do we tell our stories in a safe way. Empathy and all that good stuff. A lot of Brene Brown we're drawing from. And then The second part is really digging into the songwriting process. Like, how do you write a song, the nuts and bolts? And then veterans have the opportunity to work with professional songwriters in whatever way they want to take that song and complete it. And we've also done some professional recordings of veteran songs and a performance. So it's a really beautiful program. And I'm actually hoping to find funding to do a program in 2023. So if you know of any organizations who would be looking to collaborate on something like this, it serves about 8 to 10 veterans over a course of about a month. We meet like once a week. So that's sort of the quick take.
Great. Scott Reinschmidt.
Hello, everybody. I've joined because I'm very interested in, as well as how art can help our veterans and their family members. I'm the clinic director here at the San Antonio Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic. And I have another reason for kind of hopping in and joining with y'all is I have a bunch of great space here that I'd like to fill up with some awesome veteran art. So two things, I'd like to bring some veteran artwork into the clinic for display. And it could be done a couple ways. We're looking now, I'm trying to get my budget for how much I can actually just buy some veteran art, as well as the possibility of just having some displays. So if somebody wants to, display some of their work, because we get quite a bit of foot traffic through here. And so we just have some great canvas, if you will, here within the clinic. And then we also have some great space that we collaborate with other organizations to do projects, such as bringing folks together to do artwork. We have a huge community center where we can set up and we can support other organizations to come in and do groups, teach some art. I'm a kind of artist myself, so I teach Tai Chi as an art form. So that's something I love to do. It's something that's important for health and wellness as well. But just wanted to introduce myself and let you all know we're here. We have 3 other clinics in Texas, one up in the Dallas area, one in Killeen, and one in El Paso. And so we're interested in supporting this group of veterans. I'm a veteran myself, and however we can work and collaborate together to reach more folks.
Great. Thanks, Scott. Carol Gonzalez.
Hi, Carol Gonzalez. I am a prolific artist. I do a lot of experimental art, developing my own processes and techniques, a lot of reuse, work in a lot of different mediums, pattern design, and would like opportunities to network, find an artist rep. I have taught art before, and I'm willing to do that wherever that might be needed. And I think what veterans really need is to be able to just talk to each other in groups, and I would be willing to teach art as a means to facilitate that, if that is helpful. And I don't know business or sales or just anything. I just produce all the time. So that's me.
Great. Thanks. Trish Alger.
Hi, April. Everyone else, hi. This is Trish Alger. I'm the lead craft care specialist with Help Heal Veterans. We're an organization that's been around for over 51 years. And we have been offering therapeutic craft kits at no charge to veteran and active duty that whole time. We are nationwide. Our headquarters is in Winchester, California. The awesome part is in Texas, we actually have a craft care specialist down in San Antonio. She works on the military installations mostly down there. So if you've never met Melody, I'd like to be able to connect those of you who are down in that area with her. And then up here, we actually have a facility. So we're a street over from the VA in Temple, And we hand out about 10,000 craft kits a month in distribution to all different entities, everything from on Fort Hood to VFWs and everything in between. And we also offer clinics. We call them clinics, but they're classes. In fact, this is really right up our alley because we've already been discussing our calendar for the 2023. And we already have 2 teachers that are going to be teaching drawing, 2 different ways of approaching. We also have painters. We have artists that come in for painting. We do leather working classes. Right now we've had an intro to quilting that has taken off. And so we even had 3 new guys show up last time. That was pretty awesome. We have fiber arts. If you go on Facebook and look up Help Heal Veterans, Temple, Texas, we are also considered the Cahill Center. We were just recently dedicated as Cahill Center. So you'll see that a lot. But that'll kind of give you an idea of what we're doing. Like today, we're doing a jewelry class. You never know what we're going to be doing inside of here, but I'm pretty excited about this opportunity for our veterans to really kind of expand their scope. And then those of them that are professional artists, I'm pretty excited to share all that as well. I put my information in the chat, and I actually have 2 of my coworkers, Tammy Olvera is on there, and Stephanie Preciado. So there's 3 of us now here. And if you need craft kits, you serve veterans, or you are a veteran, or you're active duty, come on in and get some craft kits from us. We have about 200 different types. Keep you busy through Christmas and make your Christmas gifts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Okay. Joseph Baldwin.
Hello, everybody. I am not an artist. However, it is really good to hear all of your stories and everything because it kind of gives us more resources for the veterans that we work for and provide services for. So I work for Catholic Charities of Central Texas. We're out here in Austin, and we're actually starting up a housing program for SSVF, so supportive services for veterans and their families. So those veterans that are homeless or at risk of homelessness, we work on housing them and then getting them resources within the community and connecting them to mental health and other services like that. So things like this where it may not directly, be connected. It is a service that we can provide and also give them good resources like the things that you guys do and other events that you guys are hosting. Again, to just keep them connected. And, again, you never know what somebody's going to be into, that they might be able to, you might find, an aspiring artist somewhere that's homeless and, haven't had a chance. And so having people like this being connected, is definitely useful for us. And then hopefully we can provide some sort of, services for all of you guys.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to move on to Maggie. We're running pretty low on time here. And I do want to say, Maggie, I know you have a big event coming up in April. So I was thinking maybe we could spotlight you next month.
Could be, yes, that's fine. So Maggie Croxville, Marine Corps veteran. I'm currently a trustee for the Greater Dallas Veterans Foundation. I am an expert in none of these things, but my passion is where veterans, the arts, and healing kind of intersect. So basically what I do is elevate and collaborate and try to get the word out. And I dabble, and I've been a photographer for years, but I do collage and mosaic and pottery and that kind of stuff.
Great. Thank you. Okay, Pam Smith.
I'm located down here in the Rio Grande Valley, and I work at the VA across all of Texas Valley Coastal Bend. And prior was in Austin, so love to be seeing everybody from there. I work with veterans day in, day out, but I have the good fortune of being the point of contact for our Veterans Creative Arts Festival, the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. So for those of you who don't know about this, you can always reach out to me. I put my email in the chat, but it's really great. I've been working with April over the years and known her for over the years. But basically, every year the VA sponsors the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. and I do the local one that feeds up to national. So I really am engaged with veterans, veteran artists, and like many of you, share both being somewhat in the arts and also just really trying to understand and elevate the arts as a mode of healing. Thanks.
Okay, Judith Estrada Garcia.
Hi, really quick. I have my information on the chat. I'm an artist, a veteran, collaborator with veterans art, and I worked for the VA for a long time, and so I as a judge, so I do VA compensation and benefits for free with the Department or Disabled American Veterans. But my love is art, my love is veterans, and the combination of them two are great. So I work a part-time with Art Sparks Texas, also Texas Folk Life, but I'm always able to help anywhere I can. That's about it. Thank you.
Yeah, Denise, thank you so much, Judith. Okay, Dr. Denise Cardin Abney. I don't think I've met you.
Hi. Yeah, I'm a psychologist. I don't mean to be snooty by putting doctor on there, but I deal with patients on Zoom. So anyway, I worked for the VA for 30 years, and BAMSI, I worked at Fort Sam for about 10 years. So specialty PTSD, I've done art therapy. I'm an artist, aspiring artist, I should say. And so I worked with Cody on a few projects, and one of them a community project that was really exciting and super cool to see. For me, people with PTSD just open up and become childlike almost, and just, you know, can we do this every week? Excited after one experience. So anyway, so I'm with Stroke of Sunshine right now. I'm helping a veteran artist start her own nonprofit, which combines recreational activities and art for first responders, people with PTSD, and so forth. That's the focus of the program, men and women. And we're trying to get more veterans in the Hill Country involved in those activities. And they've sponsored Veterans Day golf tournaments yearly for about 6 years now. And that's a really cool event. And everybody's so happy when they go through the tournament and silent auctions and all that kind of stuff. And they buy art made by other veterans, which is cool. So we're just starting out anyway, and I'm helping to consult with her so that she can do what she's dreamed of for a long time.
Thank you. Okay, Sonia.
Hello, I'm Sonia Kroos. I'm an Air Force veteran. I work at the Austin VA in mental health, and I'm here grateful to ArtSpark as always, but I'm here to find community resources for my veterans that I see on a daily basis. I do also offer an art group here at the VA, and ArtSpark has graciously given me teachers here and there so that the veterans can expand their knowledge of art and creativity, and it's always super popular. So if anybody else is interested, you can reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat because we would love to host you too. Thank you.
Great. Danny Bills.
Hello, I'm Danny Bills. I'm the curator of collections and exhibitions at the Wichita Falls Museum of Art, and we are the current venue hosting the competitive juried exhibition, and which was wonderful. And I was so thrilled that so many of the artists that were in it showed up to the Saturday celebration we had on November 12th. And this exhibit's going to run through December 22nd. And then we'll take that all down and everybody will get their work back. Basically, I attended today. I wanted to see what this was about, and I hope to continue to connect the local veterans that were in the exhibit to not just drop off at that point, but to continue to enter the exhibit when it travels to other areas. And if they were to leave here and visit those towns, I think that would be great. And that would get them involved in that, because we are an Air Force town. We have Shepherd Air Force Base. So there's pretty strong community, current and former. We've had people rotate to other bases, then come back and retire and live here. So it's, it's an important community, and I'd like to see them connect up with everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why this is so important, because Texas is such a big state, and we've made those connections now with those artists up there, and we don't want to lose that. And then let's see, Tammy, you didn't get a chance to go yet?
Not yet. So my name is Tammy Olvera. With Trish and Stephanie, also here at Help Heal Veterans in Temple, Texas. We are a nonprofit organization that we provide therapeutic craft kits for veterans. Everything that we do is absolutely free. We also offer clinics, classes, same thing. Quilting, leatherwork, painting, all kinds of different things. We are located in Temple, Texas, 819 South 5th Street. We're here Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We can also distribute in Central Texas craft kits. So if you guys can use any for your organization, just let us know, send us an email or give us your information and we can make it happen. Yes, we love to do that. We would love working with veterans, and we have classes in person here too. Sometimes we do virtual, not I think like twice or 2 or 3 times a year, but we're getting there. So if anybody needs anything, just reach out, let us know.
Great, thank you. And then I have Wes here.
Good afternoon, good morning, I guess. My name is Wes Odell. I live in Georgetown, along with Judith Estrada Garcia, who didn't mention Georgetown. She and I work together a lot, and she's one of the best veteran supporters there is. I'm a photographer, I'm a teacher, curator, mentor, educator. Looking at the faces on the screen here, I think I take the prize for being the oldest one here today. I turned 88 this month.
Wow.
Okay, did I win?
Yeah, I think so. I'm usually the oldest so many times.
And I also know Debbie. I exhibit out there at Bee Cave, and I think that's one of the finest galleries for community involvement that I've seen anywhere, not just in Texas. They've got an outstanding facility with great volunteers and a great program. And I bet
Thank you, Wes. Appreciate your vote of confidence in us.
I bet most people have never been to Bee Cave, but it's worth a trip.
It is, for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's everybody except for Denise. I know she doesn't want to talk. She's not feeling well, so we'll get her on here next time. But Denise is a veteran artist who's been working with us since we started in 2009 and really helped us and constantly helps us keep this program going and works closely with us. So I know we've kind of gone over time here, but I really appreciate everything. I'm putting my email in the chat. And so if you have feedback on how you want to see these meetings go, what you'd like out of it, I know there's a lot of people who couldn't be here today, some who left early, so we didn't get to meet them. But we'll get a groove going. I'm just really glad we've gotten this started because we've been talking about this, as Denise knows, for a long time, and we just really want to start networking with everybody and just be a Texas community of working with veterans in the arts and see what we can accomplish to Italy and beyond. Right? So
Thank you. And just, I would just like to say, let all of your friends know. I mean, we would just love to get this call out to as many veterans as possible. We'd love to have a huge, exhibition of veteran artwork again here. And then it would be also viewed in Italy. I mean, I guess I didn't say that they'll be taking all of the work that's submitted and projecting it on a big screen during that unveiling ceremony also. So whether your work is actually on the sculpture, on the walkway, it will certainly still be seen in the projections.
So yeah, this year we've gotten to have the artists in museums in Wichita Falls and then now internationally known artists, right?
That's right.
And then, yeah, Trish and Tammy, you guys, one of your drawing classes, make them 16 by 16 monochromatic and you got it.
That'd be
For sure.
That's great.
Does that work with pattern design as well?
I think the background could certainly be a pattern design, but I mean, I think you'd need a focal point, a story, you want to tell a story with your image.
Yeah, check out the themes. I think that'll help.
Okay.
But yeah, but certainly your background in your picture right now, and then having, an object in front would certainly be beautiful.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, April. What
Thanks.
time tonight?
Everyone have a good day.
Yeah, I'll send you an email and I'll send, somebody else asked for it. Judith wanted to come, so I'll send you
Thanks so
guys.
much. Nice meeting everybody.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
guys.
much too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad you could come, Pam.
I loved it. Thank you.